So, I don't know if you ever heard about the Shamir worm. Okay. But the beautiful thing about it is, that's not the only mythical creature out there that has a connection to Dogon. And if you've been following me, you understand that, like, the word Bible itself is in English. The original translation is backwards in Hebrew. And if you know the English language, there are sometimes two or more words inside. So take Bible backwards. You got El in Hebrew means God. Bib in Hebrew means whitefish. Put whitefish God in Google, you get Dogon. Dogon is he's not a god, but he considers himself one. Okay. You can go to whitefish god, go to Google, go to images, and you can kind of like see the terrifying pictures you'll get, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down to the Shamir worm, because there's two subjects I want to talk about, but unfortunately I have to give you the Shamir worm in order to give you the Tahash. And here it talks about how the Shamir worm was made at the twilight on the sixth day of creation, together with other extraordinary things. If you ask me, I feel like the Creator created us on the sixth day. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Because of the seventh day, he rested. Right? And it says, it's as large as a barley corn. And the thing that terrifies me the most about this is that the barley corn is 0.333333333 inches. That's just like, that's extremely precise. Extremely precise, okay? And it makes me think of the story of Nimrod, how he like 33% human, 66% God, and they can't really, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like the math don't math, you know, the genetic, you know, something is missing. And it just made me think of that. It also makes me think of the fact that it's a sterile nutrient. Okay. Tokyo Railway experiment used oats or barley in order to be able to manipulate the psilocybin slime. Okay, you can look it up. Barley goes back 10,000 years, older than the Bible, so crazy. Used as currency in Mesopotamia. The origin of an inch. King Edward II standardized an inch by 3 grains of barley. Okay. They said it's the basis for modern English shoe size today. It's an ancient anti-aging food. I'm about to start eating barley on them. They said it can grow at extreme temperature. He said it can grow 4,000 altitude high. Extreme droughts. Forget about it. Barley. Who would have known? Right? And he said barley has twice the size of the genome that humans do. Right? And then the remarkable properties of the Shamir worm as they could cut the hardest of diamonds. For this reason, it was used for the stones in the breastplate worn by the high priest that carried the Ark of the Covenant. If you look that up, it was basically the equivalent of a Hebrew Ouija board drawn on the chest plate. If you want me to go even further on that, I will in the next video. First, the names of the 12 tribes were traced with ink on the stones to be set into the breastplate. Then the shamir was passed over the lines, and thus they were graven, used for hewing stones into shaping the stones for which the temple was built, because law prohibit iron tools to be put in a temple. Okay, I could break that down even further too if you want. You understand? Because you know, in the beginning of time, there was no sound. You had to be extremely quiet in order to be able to hear the presence of the Creator. We started making noise, the presence left. Right? And he said the shamir worm may not be placed in iron vessels, nor any metal. It would burst such a receptacle asunder. Wrapped in woolen cloth, filled in a basket with barley bran. Shamir was guarded in paradise until Solomon needed it. Sent an eagle tether to fetch the worm when the destruction of the temple. To fetch the shamir worm. When the destruction of the temple of the tabernacle happened, the shamir worm vanished. And then they said the Taj pretty much has the same story. Okay. Used to cover the Ark of the Covenant. Okay. The skin was used for the tabernacle. It had a horn on its head, was gaily colored like a turkey cock, and belonged to a class of clean animals. The translation they gave for the word was a sea goat or a seal. And you know the seal. Listen, dude. They took the skin of a seal to seal away the power of the Creator. They used the seal skin to seal away the power inside the Ark of the Covenant, the power of the Creator. It made me like, why would they call it a seal on purpose now? Why the fuck would they call it a seal on purpose? Answer that for me, please. Okay. And the thing about the shamir worm that terrifies me, it's a fifth dimensional creature. The thing about the breastplate of the people who held the Ark of the Covenant terrifies the fuck out of me too. Because it's the equivalent of a Ouija board. They conversed and had a conversation. Man, I'm fucking done. There's gonna be a lot of people out here tell you it's different. It's not the same. But if you want me to continue to tell you more, I will. Anyways, thank you for watching. I've been wanting to do this. Video like 3 days ago. Okay. But I'm terrified. Because, you know, Revelation said there's going to be a lot of motherfucking creatures that's going to start popping the fuck back up. That's going to terrify the shit out of us. You better be prepared.